Cycle breakers, parents, leaders, hear me. If you are standing in the gap for someone you love, if you are interceding over a child who is bound, a spouse who is wandering, a family member who is lost, if you are warring in prayer while watching them struggle, this word is for you. While you're waiting on the breakthrough for your loved one, keep your faith forward. Live like the cycle is already broken, even when you can't see it yet. Speak to them from their future freedom, not their current struggle. Pray over them as if the chains are already off. Rest in the truth that the battle has already been won. Lead your home, knowing the next generation will walk free because of your obedience today. Let me say that again because I need you to hear this in your spirit. Your faith is not passive. Your waiting is not wasted. Your intercession is not in vain. You are not standing still. You are standing in the gap. And the gap is where deliverers are positioned. The gap is where cycle breakers do their most powerful work. Because you are not just praying for change. You are enforcing what heaven has already decreed. You are not begging God to do something. You are partnering with what He has already done. And that shift in your posture, that shift in your prayer life, that shift in how you see your loved one changes everything. So let's talk about what it means to keep your faith forward. Because most people pray from fear. They pray from worry. They pray from what they see. They look at their child who is in rebellion and they pray, God, please save them. They look at their spouse who is distant and they pray, God, please bring them back. They look at their family member who is addicted and they pray, God, please deliver them. And those prayers are not wrong, but they are not powerful because they are rooted in what is, not in what will be. They are rooted in the current reality, not in the prophetic promise. They are rooted in fear, not in faith. But keeping your faith forward means you pray differently, you speak differently, you see differently. You stop praying for the breakthrough and you start praying from the breakthrough. You stop asking God if He will save them and you start thanking Him that He already has. You stop begging Him to move and you start declaring that He is moving. Because faith is not hoping that God might do something. Faith is knowing that God has already done it. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That means your faith is the proof. Your faith is the evidence. Your faith is the substance, not your circumstances, not what you see, not what they're doing right now, your faith. So what does it look like practically? It means you speak to them from their future freedom, not their current struggle. You stop calling them by what they are doing and you start calling them by what God is making them. You stop reinforcing the identity of the addict, the rebel, the prodigal, the lost, and you start speaking to the identity of the delivered, the restored, the returned, the found. Because your words have power. Your words are not just describing reality. Your words are creating reality. You are a co-creator with God. And when you speak life, when you speak freedom, when you speak destiny over someone, you are not wishful thinking. You are prophesying. You are declaring what heaven has already established. This is what it means to speak from their future freedom. You don't say, I hope one day you'll be free. You say you are free. You don't say, I'm praying that God will deliver you. You say, God has delivered you and I'm watching it manifest. You don't say, maybe one day you'll walk in your calling. You say, you are called, you are anointed, you are chosen, and hell cannot stop what heaven has ordained over your life. That is faith-forward language. That is the language of a cycle breaker. That is the language of someone who refuses to agree with the current reality because they have seen the future reality and they are living from it now. And then you pray over them as if the chains are already off. Not as if the chains might come off. Not as if you're asking God to break the chains, but as if the chains are already broken and you are simply enforcing what has already been done. Because here's the truth. Jesus already paid the price. The work is already finished. The victory is already won. The enemy has already been defeated. The chains have already been broken. Your loved one may not be walking in it yet, but that does not mean it is not already done. And when you pray from that place, when you pray with that authority, when you pray with that certainty, your prayers shift from begging to decreeing. Your prayers shift from pleading to commanding. Your prayers shift from desperation to authority. You stop saying, God, please set them free. And you start saying, I decree freedom over their life. I break every chain in the name of Jesus. I cancel every assignment of the enemy. I close every door that has been opened through sin, through trauma, through generational patterns. I declare that they are covered by the blood of Jesus. I declare that no weapon formed against them will prosper. I declare that every plan of the enemy is dismantled right now. That is the prayer of someone who knows the battle has already been won. That is the prayer of someone who is not hoping for victory. That is the prayer of someone who is enforcing victory. And here's what happens when you pray like that. You rest, because rest is not the absence of battle. Rest is the confidence that the outcome is already secure. Rest is knowing that you don't have to carry this. Rest is knowing that God is faithful. Rest is knowing that your loved one is not outside of God's reach. Rest is knowing that the same God who saved you, who delivered you, who set you free, is the same God who is working in their life right now, even when you cannot see it. And rest does not mean you stop praying. Rest does not mean you stop interceding. Rest does not mean you stop warring. Rest means you do it from a place of peace instead of panic. You do it from a place of faith instead of fear. You do it from a place of certainty instead of desperation. Because here's what I need you to understand. Your anxiety does not increase God's faithfulness. Your worry does not speed up the process. Your fear does not add power to your prayers. In fact, it does the opposite. It weakens your authority. It dilutes your declaration. It shifts you out of faith and into unbelief. And unbelief is agreement with the enemy. So when you rest, when you choose peace, when you choose to trust God, even when you cannot see what He is doing, you are actually increasing your spiritual authority. You are positioning yourself as someone who believes God more than you believe what you see. And that kind of faith moves mountains. Now let me speak to the leaders, the parents, the cycle breakers who are not just praying for one person, but who are stewarding an entire household, an entire family line, an entire generation. You lead your home knowing the next generation will walk free because of your obedience today. That means you do not wait until they are free to start living like a free family. You do not wait until the breakthrough manifests to start building the life you are breaking toward. You start now. You create the culture now. You establish the standards now. You set the tone now, because your home is not just a place where people live. Your home is a kingdom outpost. Your home is a place of refuge. Your home is a place where freedom is modeled, where healing is normalized, where the presence of God is tangible. And when you lead your home with that kind of intentionality, when you lead your home with that kind of authority, when you lead your home with that kind of faith, you are not just praying for the next generation. You are preparing the next generation. You are not just hoping they will be different. You are raising them to be different. You are not just believing for breakthrough. You are creating an environment where breakthrough is inevitable, because cycles are not just broken through prayer. Cycles are broken through obedience. Cycles are broken through intentionality. Cycles are broken through leaders who refuse to pass down what was passed down to them. Cycles are broken through parents who say, it stops with me, it changes with me. The next generation will not carry what I carried because I am dealing with it now. And that is hard, that is costly, that requires you to do your own inner work, that requires you to get your own deliverance, that requires you to heal your own wounds, that requires you to confront your own patterns, because you cannot lead someone to a place you have not been. You cannot break a cycle you are still living in. You cannot model freedom if you are still bound. So the waiting season is not just about waiting for them to change. The waiting season is about you becoming the person who can steward their freedom when it comes. The waiting season is about you doing the inner work so that when they break free, they have a model of what freedom looks like. The waiting season is about you becoming so rooted, so grounded, so stable in your own identity that when they come home to a house that is built on the rock and not on sand. This waiting is not passive. It is prophetic. It is intentional. It is strategic. You are living differently now because the outcome is already settled. You are not hoping it might work out. You are stewarding what heaven has already decreed. You are enforcing in the natural what has already been established in the spiritual. And that kind of faith, that kind of obedience, that kind of leadership does not just change one person. It changes entire bloodlines. It shifts entire family trees. It establishes legacies that will outlive you by generations. So cycle breaker, parent, leader, do not grow weary. Do not lose heart. Do not give up. Keep your faith forward. Keep speaking life. Keep praying with authority. Keep resting in the truth that the battle has already been won. Keep leading your home with intentionality, because what you are doing right now in the unseen is creating a foundation for what will be seen. What you are sowing right now in secret will be harvested in public. The tears you are crying in the midnight hour are watering seeds that will produce a harvest you cannot even imagine. Your loved one is not too far gone. Your child is not beyond reach. Your family is not outside of God's redemption. The cycle is breaking. The chains are falling. The freedom is coming. And you are the deliverer standing in the gap, making sure that when they turn around, there is a home to come back to. There's a standard to return to. There is a legacy worth fighting for. So hold the line. Keep the faith. Live forward. Because the breakthrough is not just coming. It is already here. And you are stewarding it into manifestation through your obedience, your faith, and your refusal to quit. The next generation will walk free because you refuse to give up. And that is the power of a cycle breaker.